Hi, today we're unboxing 3 watercolor sets actually. This is the Holbein watercolor pastel set for our first one. I was so excited to unbox it, see me cleaning off a little bit of the glass plate to make space for more colors. I actually bought this glass plate from Dollar Tree because before I bought a ceramic palette, I really wanted to try a ceramic palette, but I didn't have a job at the time because I'm pretty sure it was illegal for me to work. This was probably my freshman or sophomore year of high school. So I let my mom convince my mom to buy me this glass plate from Dollar Tree, and what do you know? It's not working out great. I use it to doodle with. I don't use it as often as my other palettes, but I still do love it. And this is perfect for test watching, especially because you can see from the title we are setting up a palette later. Sorry for the awkward camera angles. I am still adjusting and learning. Do apologize. And then for the colors, I found I really used the shell pink more than I thought I would. I thought I would use the brilliant pink more, but it turned out to be shell pink, especially for the more subtlety and lighter effect with mixing it with Naples yellows for the lighter skin tones. And I've been playing around with that and just been trying to push myself with my art and adding different colors, and I really want to try a large selection of professional brands. In my head, I'm like, because I don't have bills or money, I figured it's a little okay to splurge on myself when I have a little more freedom to do so. I am still playing money and savings, always save your money. But I feel like it's okay for me to splurge on myself a little bit more because I don't have any real financial responsibilities. So I figured I'd take advantage of that. And I'm just buying stuff I bought myself some really nice watercolors. I really do like the horizon blue as well. I will say for the greens, I don't find myself often reaching for premixed greens when I do use greens, and I don't use greens too often. So even though I'm such like a hoarder in my heart when it comes to art supplies, I think I'm gonna let the greens go once I use them up. I'm probably gonna keep the leaf green, and then I can't remember which green came with core. I feel like it was phthalo green blue shade or viridian green. I want to say it's one of the phthalo greens. I'm probably gonna keep those 2 greens, and I might try sap green, but I don't. For the greens that came with this set, don't need it. As you can see now, I'm unboxing the core watercolor set. This footage is actually over the course of about a month because they came at different times at the mail. You can see me reorganizing the core watercolor set right now. I found myself enjoying the core more than I thought. And now a lot of it, because it was a primary core set, it overlaps with a lot of my Daniel Smith colors. So now I'm thinking, for when I do replace the paints, do I want core or Daniel Smith? And I'm starting to think more core. I'm really liking this set. And it's very much available, and I live like 10 to 15 minutes from a Blick art store, I want to say. It sells both Daniel Smith and core, so it's not even a matter of accessibility. But I think I'm just finding myself gravitating more towards the core colors. I found they dried nicer in the pans as well. You can see I'm adding more colors on the plate. With the core colors, I really enjoyed how they move in the water, which is something they are very much known for, as well as they have very good color quality, and I'm just liking the look of them. Though they look very similar to Daniel Smith, and you actually see me compare some of the Daniel Smith and core colors I have already that are the same color name. I forgot to check if they're the same pigment, but you kind of see how they're prepared. And then you actually see me trying out travel brushes I did order as well. And I actually tried the core ultramarine blue before this because I didn't like how the Daniel Smith watercolor ultramarine blue dried, so I was like, let me try the core brand, and it worked out great. So you can just kind of see me swatching all of them. I found that the burnt orange they sent and the burnt sienna were incredibly similar, so I'm going to pick one or the other. And you see kind of me comparing Daniel Smith versus core, which pigments were the same or which pigments look different. and how the different tones affected them. Hi, you actually see me cleaning off my palette again for the last and final set that arrived in the mail, and that was our Winsor & Newton Interesting Mixing set, all the way shipped over from Japan. What I really found myself liking about this set is, even though you can still create a primary palette on its own out of the Color Assistant, but it still expanded the color selection I had without too much overlap. For many colors, I am looking around to playing with the indigo they sent a lot. The sepia, I was really excited to try that sepia. I will say, unfortunately, I didn't like the way it dried in pan as it shrunk up a lot. There was heavy shrinkage with their sepia, and it was, I can't say I will be repurchasing it though. Winsor & Newton is a great brand, and all the other colors dried beautifully. And you can see me start to swatch them. Very vibrant, very bright. And like I said, I'm just really looking forward to expanding my palette with these colors. It came with the orange, which personally I never would have purchased an orange on my own, so that was exciting. Now I'll just let you finish watching me swatch and play around with them like all the other colors. I don't have any strong color notes in them, other than the fact that they perform beautifully, just like you would expect out of a professional paint brand. And you will not be disappointed with these colors. And you see I have all the sets ready, and I'm bursting out my new palette, or the Galaxy design. I was super excited, and that's my old watercolor palette. I had that since like 6th grade, about halfway through 6th grade. It's been well used and well loved. It's actually rusted. So I assure you it's got plenty of use before I unfortunately decided to let it go. I'm cleaning off the pans. Those are the Daniel Smith pans and the one core Winsor & Newton color I had. There's no use in pouring a new pan if I already have the pans, because I'm also going to get a new travel palette, but I figured I would just clean those off and stick them in this new palette. So I'm just cleaning them off. I did have some student grade Winsor & Newton pans, which I had ordered from before. Those were returned to the student grade set I keep in my drawer. Yeah. You see me just writing the pigment names and the brand they're from on the pan, which unfortunately I kind of didn't do on the rest of the pans, even though I know I should have. So I still have to go back and add the pigment name and create the swatch chart, but I will get to that eventually. So yeah, for now, just labeling everything. And you see me pulling out all my tubes. Then I start pulling out the new tube paints. And you just see me organizing them from what I've swatched and from what I have. With the way I organize them, I don't know why I decided to start with this order. I want red, yellow, blue with the convenience mixes in between. So you see the orange between the red and yellow, and you'll see the greens between the yellow and the blue. And I just put the purples right before I get to the browns and earth tones. And then the way I organize even further is I'll have all my warms from like the lightest to the darkest. or to the brightest in the case of some of the reds. I have warms, then cools, then warms, then cools for the tone of the pigment. Then I just organize by how bright or light or dark the color is. And you just see me kind of playing around, and then I start making sure everything has its half pan, has its place. Just setting out the, I'm forgetting what it's called, it's not diagram, but it's like the plan. I was thinking like what construction workers use, but it's not coming to mind. It might just be called the plan. It might not have a special name. But yeah, I'm just setting out the plan for the palette. So you can see I just kind of started laying out where the previous played half pans would go, and then I have 4 extra spaces, so I just left those blank so I don't accidentally pour any paint into them, and I just start pouring paint. I did try to get the satisfying angle. I don't know how well I did. I couldn't find any of the toothpicks in the kitchen at the moment, so I did use some pencil lead, but then I just kind of let them sit on their own. I'm gonna let you enjoy the palette pour. Watching this back, I literally just realized I did write the names on the sides of the palettes. So I just need to do the swatch sheet that makes it easier in life for me. Yeah. Go me, I remembered. I did actually reorganize the order of the blues like 2 or 3 times in the middle of this. man, my fingers were hurting by the end of this. Because I had essentially poured whatever 12 times 3 is. I'm not gonna do the math now. It's Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. So I'm off school, so we're saving the brains for tomorrow. I'm just trying to set it up in a way to where it can still air dry without dust collecting on it. And a bonus clip of me adding colors to my miniature travel palette, which I did do in between this. Bye! Have a great day and a better tomorrow. I always say this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe.